Welcome to Glorious Botafogo, your number one source of Botafogo news in English. The Alvinegro beat Fortaleza last night at the Newton Santos Stadium by 2-0. Both goals scored by Igor Jesus, that has 5 goals in 13 games, or 6 goals now in 13 games for Botafogo. The first one came after a beautiful pass from Alexander Barbosa. Igor Jesus trapped it with his chest, and before the ball could even hit the floor, Igor Jesus shot it into the back of the net and opened up the score for Botafogo. And then the second goal was a beautiful play of passes between Chiquinho, a back heel, Marlon Freitas, a first-time pass. Igor Jesus just won the foot race against the defender and put it to the left side of the goal of the Fortaleza's goalkeeper, 2-0, which it seemed like Fortaleza came to Rio de Janeiro just to get either a tie or wait for one chance, one opportunity. Sounding like Eminem now, but just waited for that one perfect chance, because what Fortaleza does well is the fast transitioning between defense and offense. And they have very fast players, but Botafogo was able to masterfully neutralize Fortaleza's offensive power, mostly due to Botafogo's own defensive consistency. We saw in the match that Mateu Ponte played really well. Bastos, again, really well. Alexander Barbosa perhaps had the best match with the Botafogo shirt. I mean, it's like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 performance by Alexander Barbosa. And then Marçal, which replaced Cuiabano in the very beginning of the match. Cuiabano felt a hamstring injury, a right hamstring injury, had to be subbed out 3 minutes in, and that's just coming back from a right clavicle injury. So I wish Cuiabano a fast recovery. Hopefully it's nothing serious to his hamstring. But then Marçal came in and also added this defensive consistency, although the plan of attack kind of changed. I believe that Cuiabano was going to be a way for Botafogo to infiltrate Fortaleza on the left side, because Cuiabano is very fast. He supports the attack very well. And then Marçal is kind of more of a defensive player rather than, an offensive player like Cuiabano. But Marçal came in and did very well. Played a really good match. Marlon Freitas, great match. Gregory, great match. Luis Henrique did okay. I mean, you can tell that he was kind of trying to do a little bit more than what he needed to do. There's a couple of chances, especially one inside the box where he cut the Fortaleza defender, and he had a clear shot with his right foot. Instead, he wanted to bring it to his left, which is his best foot, and, finish the play. But he could have just taken a shot with the right foot. He was just him and the goalkeeper. He could have done that, but he didn't. I think Savarino didn't have such a great match today. You can tell that Savarino is a different player, right? He's really good with the ball, and he tried a few long shots, but nothing really did well. Almada, it seems kind of like he's in the same spot that Gregory was when he first transferred to Botafogo from the MLS. He needs to get used to the pace and used to the intensity. The MLS is very different from the Brasileirão. So I think Thiago Almada needs to get used to that. But you can tell that with the ball, he's a different player. He really is really skilled. But yesterday, he just didn't do as good as the rest of his teammates. And Igor Jesus, again, 9 out of 10. Performance today with 2 goals. The players that came in, Cheche came in on the right back, and it seems like we found a good option for the right back, although Cheche is probably going to go back to the middle because Botafogo signed Vitinho from Burnley. The player was already at the Newton Santos yesterday, as well as Adrielson. Adrielson is back to Botafogo. He was also at the Newton Santos yesterday, watching the match, watching the victory against Fortaleza. But anyways, Cheche is going to go back to the middle because now we have Vitinho. And then Chiquinho Suarez did very well. He did that back heel pass to Marlon Freitas. He's always combative, always doing what Chiquinho does. And then Danilo and Mateus Martins, in my eyes, I didn't really see them. I can't really give them a rating or anything like that. I think they needed more time on the pitch. But from what I saw, they did fairly well, and they kind of maintained the level of the team, the kind of the intensity that everybody else was in. So great match. Botafogo is again back at the top, back on the first spot. Nobody can take that spot no matter what the results are today. The only team that can pass Botafogo is Fortaleza. That's because they have one less match than the rest of the teams that are sitting there in the top 5, top 6. So I think that match will be played during the FIFA international break. So Botafogo will have 2 weeks off. Botafogo does not return until 2 more weeks. So there's a lot of time for Arthur Jorge to rest his players, to recover some players from injury, and to put more of his philosophy and his tactics into the team, and hopefully close out these last 13 matches in the Brasileirão on a good note. So hopefully this is the year the Botafogo wins its 3rd Brasileirão. Botafogo has 2 already, 1968, 1995, and maybe 2024 will be the year that Botafogo gets its 3rd title, which was very close last year, and perhaps could have been a 4th one this year. But anyways, that is done and over with. It seems like the team has 100% gotten over what happened in the previous year. As I said earlier, Botafogo signed Vitinho from Burnley and Adrielson back from Olympique Lyonnais. Olympique Lyonnais only had 3 center backs, and Adrielson was not one of the starting 2. So I think in his mind, Adrielson wants to come back and get some playing time. Botafogo's playing the Libertadores and the Brasileirão. We're going to have to rest Bastos and Alexander Barbosa. And what better way to rest them than to put in Adrielson rather than Alte, which, in my opinion, should have been long gone already from the club. But at least Botafogo has more options with Adrielson, and he's able to get more playing time, which doesn't seem like it was going to happen there. So he gets to play, he gets minutes, and then he goes back to Lyon in December. This is only a 4-month loan, just until the end of the Brasileirão, and then Adrielson will be back in France, back with Olympique Lyonnais. It seems like Damian Suarez is closer than ever to transfer to Peñarol. There is a talk between Botafogo and the Uruguayan club, as well as Damian Suarez, which he's been practicing separately with a group of players that only practice separately. They're not in the plans of the club. It seems like Botafogo either wants priority in the signing of a 16-year-old that's coming from Peñarol. He's called the next Valverde, or it's going to be included in this transfer. So we will see what happens there. I think it'll be great for Botafogo to get its hands on a young player, because Suarez is already 35, right? So he's going to get close to retiring, and we're going to get a brand new young guy, because we're now with Vitinho and Mateo Ponte and Cheche, right? So, and Rafael as well. I don't know if Botafogo might as well just get rid of Damian Suarez. Unfortunately, he was doing very well, but he chose a very a very controversial way of getting out the team. He lied about a couple of things, but that's done and over with. Botafogo will now try to finish this, because the transfer window closes tomorrow on Monday, I believe. And speaking of the transfer window closing tomorrow, I just saw that Alex Telles is free as a free agent. So hey, Texter, let's see how much he's asking for. Maybe we can bring Alex for next year, right? Because if I was Botafogo, I would renew the contract with Marcel. Don't forget, I have a 10% off coupon at Foot Fanatics. It's Glorious 10 and gets you 10% off on any Botafogo apparel or any apparel on the website. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share this with your friends. There's a little bit of issues with X, which is basically mainly where I get most of the views from. But if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on X or Instagram, go ahead and share with all your friends and family members, and especially those that live abroad and that don't speak Portuguese and would like to know a little more about Botafogo and Brazilian football in general. So again, Botafogo won't be back for 2 more weeks, but I will post video probably in the middle of next week or next weekend until the return. I'll try to get 2 or 3 more videos until it's back, so to keep you guys in the loop on the day-to-day and what is happening at the club.